much.
May God guide us as we go into this process. I thank you all for being here. God bless Nigeria. God bless our party. APC! APC! I thank you all.
Yes. We'll start, Your Excellencies, the National Chairman of the party, State Governors here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We will now commence the process in earnest. Before any other thing, may we please call on the agents of the aspirants to identify themselves if they are present. The agents of the aspirants, seats are provided for them here so that they will observe and take record if necessary. Yes.
My name is Senator Abu Ibrahim. I'm the agent for Mr. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Thank you very much.
My name is Oguntoyinbo Victor, the agent of Mr. Stanley Osifo.
Thank you very much. I'm sure you must have listened to the rules as stated by the chairman of the committee. Now, we'll start calling on the stage by order of their arrival at this venue. And the first state on the list is Bayelsa State. May I call on the Collation officer of Bayelsa State to come forward and present his result. Collation officer, Bayelsa State.
Very good decision for recognizing early arrival.
I thought he would announce it before.
Yes,
you announce.
No,
You have gas slip.
Yes,
you go there and announce with that result.
I was not properly directed, that's why I came straight here.
Yes. You make the declaration at the podium, then you submit it here. Thank you very much.
I, Senator Doye Diri, the Collation Officer of the 2026 All Progressives Congress Presidential Primaries for Bayelsa State, hereby present the results for the state as follows. Total party number of registered party members, 283,355. Total number of accredited voters, 277,192. Total number of votes cast, 277,192. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. 1. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 277,187 votes. Stanley Osifo, 0.5 votes. Thank you.
Slide the mic. They should bring another mic. It doesn't have anything to on it or to off it. That's the problem.
Today's date?
Yes.
Must be totally announced.
I think so.
No.
That means I'm going to announce the whole result again.
It's okay. It's okay. What you did is okay. We should not now make any announcement. It's okay.
I'm done. Thank you. Is there any other?
No, it's ours.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Your Excellencies, give me now.
Bring it.
I think the returning officer has a little topo error, so you have to correct it by yourself.
Total number of accredited voters. Votes. It's 227,187. Yeah. Okay, the error here was on the total number of votes cast. And then the votes that were received by the president. And the error was 227. And so that is being corrected. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now the next state is Osun State. Okay. Collation officer, Osun State.
Hi, Adeboye Oyetola,
They have changed it.
the collation officer of the 2026 All Progressive Congress presidential primaries for Osun State hereby present the result of the state as follows.
Mr. Speaker, I now result
Total party number of registered party members 109,806. Total number of accredited voters 100,888. Total number of votes cast 100,888. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants called the following votes. 1. Bola Ahmed Tinubu 100,888. Stanley Osifo 0.
Yeah, just keep it there. Keep it there.
Well done. What do you have? What about Collation officer, please sit down. Do we have any objection about the result declared right now? The agents are okay. Everybody is okay. Very well. You can go.
Okay. The next state is Oyo State. The coalition officer for Oyo State, Senator Teslim Folari. The coalition officer Oyo State may come forward to submit, announce the result and submit same. Yes.
Thank you, Your Excellencies. I, Senator Teslim Folari, the coalition officer of the 2026 All Progressives Congress presidential primaries for Oyo State, hereby present the result for the state as follows. Total party number of registered party members, 153,591. Total number of accredited voters, 143,683. Total number of votes cast, 143,683. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following. Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 142,754. Stanley Osifo, 929. Thank you.
What's wrong with you? Congratulations. I don't want to get this one up to the man. It's too much.
APC Oyo State result has just been presented. Is there any problem from anywhere? Agents, do you have any complaint, any objection? No objection. Thank you. You can go.
The next state is Anambra. The coalition officer for Anambra State. Coalition officer Anambra State. Senator Uche Ekunufe.
No, that's it. They show the results down. They show the when you announce it, they show it.
Thank you very much. I, distinguished Senator Uche Lilian Ekunifiyom, CON, the coalition officer of the 2026 All Progressives Congress presidential primaries for Anambra State, hereby present the results for the state as follows. The total number of registered party members in Anambra State is 45,999. The total number of accredited voters, 43,417. The total number of votes cast is 43,591. 417. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. 1. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, 43,034 votes. Mr. Stanley Osifo, 383 votes. Thank you.
Can I give you? I will keep the rest for the chairman because get it.
I signed it. Yeah. I signed it. So I can go.
APC, with particular reference to the agents and any other interested party, the result from Anambra State has just been presented. Is there any objection? Is there any complaint? Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. The next state is Federal Capital Territory. The Collation Officer for FCT Abuja, Senator Tanimu Philip Aduda, may wish to come forward to announce the result as collated in FCT and submit same. Collation Officer, Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellencies. My name is Distinguished Senator Philip Tanimu Aduda, MFR CON, the Collation Officer of the 2026 All Progressive Congress Presidential Primaries for the FCT. I hereby present results for the FCT as follows. Total number of party registered members is 41,116. Total number of accredited voters is 41,116. Total number of vote cast is 36,103. At the end of the voting exercise, aspirants scored as follows. His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu scored 36,103, while Stanley Osifo scored 0. What is that? The numbers. 41,116. That is the total number of registered voters. And the scores are as follows. 36,103 for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, while Stanley Osifo scored 0.
Please, can we sit down? Please take your seats. Take your seats. Take your seats. What about the other? APC, please, those who are distributing any form of item here, please stop that. Water, food item or whatever, can you stop that? Please, can you take your seat? This is the core function of why we are here. Can we conduct ourselves with decorum?
Salisu, Senator Salisu.
Senator Salisu, please sit down. Senator Sani, sit down. Senator Yayi, please sit down. Please sit down. Please sit down. Senate leader, please sit down. Please take your seat. Please take your seat. The agents, the result for FCT has just been presented. Do you have any complaint, any objection? Thank you.
Thank you. The next state is Katsina State. The collation officer for Katsina State may wish to come forward. The collation officer for Katsina State. No. We can't say that. No, if we do that, we are sending back signal. We continue. Collation officer for Katsina State. Is collation officer for Katsina State present? No, is a deputy governor. Yes. Okay, we'll skip Katsina. The collation officer for Kano State. Yes, the collation officer for Kano State may wish to come and present the result from Kano. The collation officer for Kano State. Yes.
Thank you very much. National Chairman of our great party, members of the National Working Committee, Your Excellencies, the governors here present, Chairman of the Presidential Primary Election Committee, and other members, distinguished party leaders, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, very good afternoon to all of you. I, Abakabir Yusuf, the coalition officer of the 2026 All Progressive Congress presidential primaries for Kano State, hereby present the result for the state as follows. Total party number of registered members 585,607. Total number of accredited voters 503,527. Total number of votes cast 503,527. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. 1. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, scored a total votes of 500,852. Scored 2,675 votes. On this note, I now present the result from Kano State to the chairman of the Presidential Primary Election Committee. Thank you very much.
APC. The vote from Kano State has just been collated. And to the agents, any objection, any issue, any problem, any complaint? No complaint, no question. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Governor of Kano State. The next is Collation Officer for Katsina State. Collation Officer, Katsina State. His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Katsina State.
I, Farouk Lawal, the Collation Officer of the 2026 All Progressive Congress Presidential Primaries for Katsina State, hereby present the result for the state as follows. Total party number of registered party members, 584,495. Total number of accredited voters, 503,000. Total number of votes cast, 467,232. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 467,003 votes. Stanley Osifo, 229. Thank you.
The result for Katsina State has just been collated. And the agents, are you there? Any objection, any complaint, any issue? You are good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next is Abia, the Collation Officer of Abia State. His Excellency, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives.
I, Right Honorable Benjamin Okezie Kalu, the Collection Officer of the 2026 All Progressives Congress Presidential Primaries for Abia State, hereby present the results for the state as follows. Total party number of registered party members stands at 162,109. Total number of accredited voters in the state stands at 162,084. Total number of vote cards was 162,012. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. For His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he scored a total number of 161,005 votes, while Mr. Stanley Osifo scored a total number of 1,007 votes. Thank you.
UK is the best place that we got. No, but for now, I need to try to all these issues that have problems and all that. Yes, yes. Like, why do you know what we are opposing?
The result for Abia State has just been collated. Any question, any objection, any issue? Thank you.
The next state is Kogi State. The collation officer for Kogi State may wish to come forward to announce the collated result and submit same. Thank you.
I, Ahmed Usman Ododo, FCA, the collation officer of the 2026 All Progressives Congress Presidential Primaries for Kogi State, hereby present the result for the state as follows. Total party number of registered party members 224,166. Total number of accredited voters 197,370. Total number of votes cast 197,370. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirant scores the following votes. Bola Ahmed Tinubu 197,370. 197,370. Stanley Osifo 0.000. 0.000. Thank you.
Excellency, thank you. Sit down and meet him. Hello, APC. The result from Kogi State has just been collated. Agents, any issue, any question, any objection, any problem? Thank you.
The next state is Collation Officer of Delta State. Delta State Collation Officer may wish to come forward and announce the results collated from Delta States. You know he's around. Delta State.
Thank you very much. I, Right Honorable Eda Sheriff Francis Orokoda Borewori, the Collation Officer of the 2026 All Progressives Congress Presidential Primaries for Delta State, hereby present the result for all the states as follows. Total number of registered party members 467,815. Total number of accredited voters 407,646. Total number of votes cast 407,646. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, scored 407,646. Stanley Osifo scored 0. Thank you.
Since yesterday,
What about the one maybe has adopted it now.
APC. Wait now. The result for Delta State has just been collated. Agents, is there any issue, any question, any objection? Thank you.
The next state is Ebonyi State. The collation officer for Ebonyi State, please may wish to come forward. Then after Ebonyi, the next is Jigawa. Jigawa may wish to get ready. Thank you.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, I, Right Honorable Builder Chief Francis Ogbonnanwifru, the Collation Officer of the 2026 All Progressive Congress Presidential Primaries for Ebonyi State, hereby presents the result for the state as follows. Total party numbers of registered party members 215,490. Total number of accredited voters 207,579. Total number of vote cast 207,579. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirant scores the following votes. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 207,579. Stanley Osifo, 0 votes. Sign, Nwifuru Francis Ogbonna.
If possible, I imagine our senator to supervise them.
Don't leave them, don't talk, leave them. We are not showing them as I only showing us.
APC, the result of Ebonyi State has just been collated. Agents, any objection, any problem, any question? Thank you. You can go. Yes, sir. Senator Mustafa, please take your seat. Mr. Senate President, please be on your seat. Senator Mustafa, please take your seat.
Yes, the Collation Officer for Jigawa State, His Excellency the Governor of Jigawa State may wish to come and present the results collated from Jigawa State. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I, Umar A. Namadi, the Collection Officer for the 2026 All Progressive Congress Presidential Primaries for Jigawa State, hereby present the result for the state as follows. Total number of registered party members, 330,327. 330,327. Total number of accredited voters, 206,520. 206,520. Total number of votes cast, 206,520. 206,520. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu scored 206,520. 206,520. Mr. Stanley Osifo scored 0 vote. 0 vote. Thank you very much.
Just landed. We want to know whether it should start from the floor. Yes. And how much? You can start coming. Let it start coming. You make it like one like
APC. The result for Jigawa State has just been collected. Any issue, any problem, any objection? Thank you.
The next state is Plateau. Plateau State. The returning officer of Plateau State. Then after him, the chairman of the Governors Forum will present that of Kwara State.
Good afternoon. I, Caleb Manasseh Butfwang, the Collation Officer of the 2026 All Progressives Congress Presidential Primaries for Plateau State, hereby present the result for the state as follows. Total number of registered party members is 258,632. 258,632. Total number of accredited voters is 242,023. 242,023. Total number of votes cast is 242,023. 242,023. At the end of collation, the two aspirants scored the following votes. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President, scored 241,720 votes, 241,720. Stanley Osifo scored a total of 303 votes. Thank you.
APC, the result from Plateau State has just been collated. Agents, any objection, any question, any clarification? Thank you.
The next is Kwara State. The collation officer for Kwara State may wish to come forward. Then he will be followed by collation officer for Edo State.
I, Abdurrahman Abdurazak, the collation officer of the 2026 All Progressives Congress Presidential Primaries for Kwara State, hereby present the result for the state as follows. Total party number of registered party members, 457,374. Total number of accredited voters, 310,990. Total number of votes cast, 310,990. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants recorded the following votes. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 310,990 votes. Stanley Osifo, 0. Thank you.
Let's collect it first now. You sign on it. This one. APC, the result of Kwara State has just been collated. Any objection? Any question? Any clarification? Thank you.
Yes, and the other papers, if they are here. Yes, sir. Edo State. The collation officer for Edo State may wish to come forward and announce the result of Edo State. Collation officer, Edo State. Thank you, Your Excellency.
I, Senator Monday Okpebolo, Coalition Officer of 2026 All Progressive Presidential Primary for Edo State, hereby present the result for the state as follows. Total party member of registered members 131,097. 131,097. Total number of accredited voters 121,099. Total number of vote cast 121,099. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants called the following votes. Bola Ahmed Tinubu 121,098. 121,098. Stanley Osifo 01. Stanley Osifo 01.
The result for Edo State has just been collated. Please, any question, any objection from the agents? None. Thank you. Thank you, His Excellency.
The next is Nasarawa State, the collation officer for Nasarawa State. Collation officer of Nasarawa State may wish to come forward, announce the results. Then after Nasarawa, we'll have Niger. Niger should get ready. After Nasarawa, then Borno, after Niger. Nasarawa, Niger, and Borno in the order stated. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellencies. My name is Engineer Abdullahi Esule, the Collation Officer of the 2026 All Progressives Congress Presidential Primaries for Nasarawa State. I hereby present the result of Nasarawa State as follows. Total number of registered party members, 291,674, 291,674. Total number of accredited voters, 290,431, 290,431. Total number of votes cast, 286,204, 286,204. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 285,436, 285,436. Stanley Osifo, 768. Thank you very much.
The vote for Nasarawa State has just been collated. Any objection, any question, any clarification? Thank you.
The next is Niger State. Then after Niger, Borno, then Enugu. After Niger, Borno, get ready, then Enugu.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I, Muhammad Umar Bago, the Collation Officer of the 2026 All Progressives Congress Presidential Primaries for Niger State, hereby present results for the state as follows. Total party number of registered members, 212,465,000. Total number of accredited voters, 180,735. Total number of vote cast, 180,735. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. Name of aspirant, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, scored 175,487 votes, while Stanley Osifo scored 5,248 votes. Thank you.
Excellency, wannan baki ne. Thank you, Excellency. Thank you, sir.
The result for Niger State has just been collated. Any objection, any question, any clarification? Thank you.
The next is Borno, then Enugu, followed by Kebbi, Borno State Collation Officer.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, the Collation Officer of the 2026 All Progressives Congress Presidential Primaries for Borno State, hereby present the result for the state as follows. Total number of registered party members, 430,715. Total number of accredited voters, 414,988. Total number of votes cast, 414,988. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, scored 414,988, while Stanley Osifo scored 0. Thank you very much.
The result for Borno State has just been collated. Agents, any problem, any question, any objection, any clarification? Thank you.
Yes, next is Enugu, Kebbi, then Kaduna. Enugu, Collation Officer, Enugu State. Then he will be followed by Kebbi, then Kaduna.
I, Peter Mba, the Collation Officer of the 2026 All Progressives Congress Presidential Primaries for Enugu State, hereby present the result for the state as follows. Total number of registered party members, 400,434. Total number of accredited voters, 383,382. Total number of votes cast, 383,382. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 383,382 votes. 383,382, while Stanley Osifo, 0 votes. 0 votes.
Kebbi, get ready. Kebbi, then Kaduna. Kebbi, then Kaduna. Kebbi and Kaduna, get ready. Thank you.
Just 1 minute. The result for Enugu State has just been collated. Agents, any problem, any question, any clarification, any objection? Thank you.
Kebbi,
Aye.
officer.
Comrade Dr. Nasir Idris, the coalition officer of the 2026 All Progressive Congress presidential primaries for Kebbi States, hereby present result as follows. Total party registered members, 340,539. Total number of accredited voters, 292,972. Total number of votes cast, 292,902. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. Name of aspirant, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, received 292,972. Stanley Osifo scored 0.
Kaduna, get ready. Then Bauchi, Ondo. Kaduna is the next.
Result for Kebbi State has just been collated. Agents, any objection, any clarification, any question? Thank you.
Collation officer for Kaduna State. Kaduna State Collation officer may wish to come forward and announce the result. Then he will be followed by Bauchi, then Ondo State. Collation officer.
I, Senator Obasani, the collation officer of the 2026 All Progressive Congress presidential primaries for Kaduna State, hereby present the result for the state as follows. The total number of registered party members, 638,052. Total number of accredited voters, 618,914. Total number of vote cast, 618,914. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 618,914 votes. Stanley Osifo, 0 vote. Thank you very much.
The result for Kaduna State has just been collated. Agents, any objection, any question, any clarification? Thank you.
The collation officer for Bauchi State may wish to come forward and announce the result. Thank you. After him is Ondo. Ondo followed by Yobe.
Mr. Chair, Excellencies, I, Muhammad Ali Pate, the Collation Officer of the 2026 All Progressives Congress Presidential Primaries for Bauchi State, hereby present the results of the state as follows. Total number of registered party members, 178,414. Total number of accredited voters, 159,191. Total number of votes cast, 159,191. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. First, Bola Ahmed Tinubu scored 156,541. Stanley Osifo scored 2,650 votes. Thank you.
Ondo, get ready. Ondo, then Yobe. No, yeah, sign it. Yes. Everything has been signed.
The result for Bauchi State has just been collated. Any question, any objection, any clarification? Thank you.
The next is Ondo, the collation officer for Ondo State. The collation officer for Ondo State may wish to come. Okay. Then after that, Yobe. After Ondo, Yobe. Ondo, sorry.
Your Excellency, please permit me to recognize the presence of a presidential aspirant, Mr. Stanley Osifo. Mr. Osifo, you're welcome to this event.
I, Dr. Lucky Orimisan Ayedatiwa, the collation officer of the 2026 All Progressives Congress Presidential Primaries for Ondo State, hereby present the result for the state as follows. Total number of registered party members, 193,704. 193,704. Total number of accredited voters, 181,996. Total number of votes cast, 181,996. Total number of votes cast, 181,996. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, 181,996. I repeat, 181,996. Osifo Osayeme Stanley scores 0. Thank you.
Immediately we finish Yobe, His Excellency the Governor of Yobe will come and present. Then Rivers.
The result for Ondo State has just been collated. Agents, any objection? Any problem, any complaint? Thank you.
Yobe State. Collation Officer, Yobe State.
Good afternoon, sir.
I, Maimala Buni, the Coalition Officer of the 2026 All Progressives Congress Presidential Primaries for Yobe State, hereby present the result for the state as follows. Total party number of registered members, 275,510. Total number of accredited voters, 253,804. Total number of votes cast, 253,804. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, 253,804. Stanley Osifo, nil. Thank you.
So the next will be Rivers, then followed by Delta.
Delta has gone. Delta has gone.
The result for Yobe State has just been collected. Any question, any objection, any issue, any problem, any clarification? Thank you.
The Collation Officer, River State.
I, Simnala Fubara, the Collation Officer of the 2026 All Progressive Congress Presidential Primaries for Rivers State, hereby present the results of the state as follows. Total party number of registered members, 297,068. After accreditation, the physical persons who participated in the election is 280,082. Total votes casted, 280,082. The results are as follows. His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu scored 280,082 votes. Mr. Stanley Osifo scored 0. Thank you.
Thank you. After Rivers is Akwa Ibom, then Benue, followed by Imo.
River State has just been collated. Agents, any issue, any question? Thank you.
Akwa Ibom. The Collation Officer of Akwa Ibom State may wish to present the result of Akwa Ibom. He will be followed by Benue, then Imo.
I, Pastor Umar Eno, the Collation Officer of the 2026 All Progressive Congress Presidential Primaries for Akwa Ibom State, hereby present the result for the state as follows. Total number of registered party members, 424,855. Total number of accredited voters, 393,695. Total number of vote cast, 389,197. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, 389,197 votes. Stanley Osifo, no votes. Thank you so much.
The next is Benue, then Imo. Benue.
Thank you, Excellency.
The result for Akwa Ibom State has just been collated. Agents, any issue, any objection? Thank you.
I, Reverend Father Dr. Hyacinth Yomem Alia, the Collation Officer, the 2026 All Progressives Congress Presidential Primaries for Benue, hereby present the result for the state as follows. Total party number of registered party members, 390,507. Total number of accredited voters, 375,566. Total number of votes cast, 375,566. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 374,787. Stanley Osifo scored 779 votes. Thank you.
The next is going to be Imo, the Governor General.
The result for Benue State has just been collated. Agents, any problem, any objection, any question? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
And he's ready to come.
Which one is general?
Imo, yes. The governor of Imo State, yes. Collation officer of Imo State.
I, Senator Hope Uzodimma, the Collation Officer of the 2026 All Progressive Congress Presidential Primaries for Imo State, hereby present the results for the state as follows. Total number of registered party members, 647,231. 647,231. Total number of accredited voters, 583,096. 583,096. Total number of votes cast, 583,063. 583,063. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 582,960. 582,960. Mr. Stanley Osifo, 103. I so submit. Thank you.
And I have an announcement.
The result from Imo State has just been collated. Agents, any issue, any question? Thank you. APC, APC. We realize that a number of us would want to stretch their legs and maybe use the bathroom. So we will invite the artist with us for a 10-minute musical interlude, within which we can stretch our legs and return to our seats. We're expecting the president very soon. Within that 10 minutes, he will just be here. Thank you.
I must tell you that the support for Mr. President is organic. I must tell you. Forget what you see on social media. Nigerians, they treasure the policies that Mr. President has projected in these couple of years. Nigerians believe that hope indeed has been renewed, that it has not been a cliche, a rhetorics in theory. It's been practical impact. The policy is impacting positively, and you'll be surprised the areas we thought was dominated by opposition party, the amount of members of APC that surged out to stand behind the poster of Mr. President. Quite encouraging. Quite encouraging. It means that that is working. I wonder if the president is going to change it in his second term, but my advice is that let's stay the course, because let it be like we laid the foundation with these 3-4 years, and then let's build on it in the next 4 years. So it shows that we are democratic. It shows that Nigerians have embraced democracy. We are advancing our democracy, and there has never been any competitive primaries like we experienced in the APC primaries that just passed, from House of Assembly to House of Rep to Senate to Guba, highly competitive. And it goes to show that the party is living by the ethos of democracy and the principles of democracy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, please hold on. The Senate
of the party come 2027 general election. And the reason behind the wave is not far-fetched. It's because our president has performed extraordinarily well in all facets of our economy. You can see in the area of infrastructure, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came up with concrete pavement construction of roads. The road President Tinubu is doing today, the successive 10 presidents that will succeed him will not repeat such roads, unlike what we've seen before. You can see the way he expanded our economic base through the tax reform. So we to still believe in him for the next 4 years.
Your name, please.
Senator Peter Onyekachi Nwebonyi, the Deputy Chief Whip of Nigerian Senate.
What are the modalities for aggrieved aspirants you have laid on ground concern aggrieved aspirants?
Well, grievances, which of course, because this is not the first primaries we are contesting. So we have appeal panel, which is saddled with the responsibility of receiving complaints. Like, for example, I served as the chairman of appeal panel assembly in Nasarawa State. We received complaints, and we are going to look at it on merits, based on facts and law and our party constitution and guidelines.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I will send a message.
You look at what the president has been able to achieve through the renewed hope agenda, and you know he's an unopposed candidate in our party, the APC. So naturally he will be handed over the ticket and the flag, and he's our front flag bearer, and we don't have any regret for that, for the good work he has done so far.
Well, a lot of people are of the view that yes, Nigerians are going through hard times now, and that a lot of them still don't believe that the renewed hope is actually working.
Well, definitely oppositions will always be there to criticize and find ways to demarcate us. But the most important thing is that the good works of the president, especially in the areas of the renewed hope agenda, they are speaking for itself. I am the chairman of the Senate Committee on Agriculture. Never before has any government since I was born embrace or invest so much in agricultural sector. As you are all aware, you were all there to witness the other time that 2,000 tractors were delivered here in Abuja as at 7 months ago. By now, those tractors will be about 4,000 if I'm not mistaken. No government has done that before. And when you talk of agriculture, you need to go mechanize. Now he's doing it. So will you say that is not work in progress, or will you say he has not done anything? Look at the areas of the oil subsidy. No government was able to achieve that. So for me, as an APC ambassador, as a Renew Hope ambassador, I believe that the president is on the right trajectory. The most important thing is definitely there will be teething period. People will always find ways to complain in the beginning of any program. So we pray and hope that we are able to achieve this in its next 4 years, so as to put Nigeria on the stage of committees of nations that are doing the right thing as a nation that is progressing.
You can see the over 8,800 wards in this country. There were elections yesterday, and results were collected at various stages up to the state levels, and now the governors have come as collective, what do you call them, as returning officers from the states, are going to now deliver the results from the states. So you can see how organized we are, and I believe that even the national election is going to be the same.
This is democracy at its best, especially for us in Nigeria and in Africa. We're fashioning out our own democracy to suit us. A democratic process that is going to lead us to the promised land under the leadership of our president and presidential candidate,
distinguished Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. So we're all here jubilating, and this is how we shall jubilate even after the general election. Make no mistake, the election is going to be free, fair, credible, and APC, from Mr. President to even the Assembly, we are going to win overwhelmingly. Nigerians are happy with Mr. President, with APC, with our governors, with our lawmakers, with everybody that has to do with APC because of this directional movement. I continue to hammer on this. Directional forward movement. Since 1999 till date, there has been movement, but it has been random. Forward, backward, zigzag, upside down. But this time around, we have a direction. Forward movement under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and we are not going to go back on this. We will only urge all opposition to please criticize constructively and learn from the master of the game, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Thank you.
Going actually in line with the way well-structured organization, well-structured party should do. From the security that you have seen, from the movement into this, you have seen fantastic arrangement. I think this is the best that I have seen so far, and I have seen a few.
How was the process in Nasarawa State?
Nasarawa State went very, very well. You know, as far as we are concerned, I think if you go and check, every
of the Electoral Act will work. It has provided that either direct primaries or consensus, where we're not able to build to do direct primaries. As such, for the president, the Electoral Act has proven itself that no matter your status, you will have to be in compliance with the Electoral Act. As such, there was direct primaries across my state and across the country to select our party flag bearer, which is our president, and that happened smoothly, rancor-free, and we're excited, and that's why everybody's here from different states of this country to submit results that was collated across all our electoral wards across Nigeria.
A lot of people have the view that the overwhelming support the president has received so far is as a result of the reforms he's embarking on, but yet some Nigerians are complaining about the hardship.
It's not far away from that. The most important is that people are excited about democracy, about the rule of law. And you can see the massive turnout of the party membership across the country. Different parties have come out, you know, in exercise of their franchises. As such, we know that as a party, as a government, the position of our president is very, very clear. And as my own state, I can tell you that Mr. President should go home and sleep.
Thank you, Excellency.
Thank you.
Please, can we take our seats? Take our seats. Can we take our seats?
Collation Officer, Eki State. Thank you, Your Excellency.
I, Abiodun Abayomi Oyebanji, the Collation Officer of the 2026 All Progressive Congress Presidential Primaries for Ekiti State, hereby present the result for the state as follows. Total number of registered party members, 98,006. Total number of accredited voters, 85,340. Total number of vote cast, 85,340. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants called the following votes. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 85,340. Stanley Osifo, 0. Thank you.
Lagos, get ready. Lagos, get ready. Then Ogun.
When I finish, I will see you briefly before I go to Abuja. Abi, you don't understand. I told you that before I go to the airport, I will see you. Can I give to the person that bring your down?
APC, the result from Ekiti State has just been collated.
Are you hearing me?
Agents, do you have any objection, any question, any clarification? Thank you. Yes. Well done.
The next is Lagos, Collation Officer for Lagos State.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, Chairman of the Presidential Election Committee, all the excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I, Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, the Collation Officer of the 2026 All Progressives Congress Presidential Primaries for Lagos State, hereby present the results for the state as follows. Total party members, registered party members, 900,553, 900,553. Total number of accredited voters, 816,174, 816,174. Total number of votes cast, 816,174. At the end of the voting exercise, Your Excellencies, the aspirants scored the following votes. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu scored 814,988. 814,988. 814,988. Stanley Osifo scored 1,186. 1186. 1,186. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, sir.
The result for Lagos State has just been collated. Now, the agents, any problem, any objection, any clarification? Thank you.
Okay. The next is Ogun. Collation Officer, Ogun State. Collation Officer, Ogun State. Okay. The next is Zamfara. Collation Officer, Zamfara State. Collation Officer, Zamfara State may wish to come and present the result. Amaga.
I, Dr. Lowell, the Collation Officer of the 2026 All Progressive Congress Presidential Primaries for Zamfara State, hereby present the results as follows. Total number of registered party members, 365,796. Total number of accredited voters, 322,435. Total number of votes cast, 321,621. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu scores 321,579, while Stanley Osifo scores 42 votes. And the winner was declared as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Thank you.
Yes. The next will be Ogun after Zamfara. Is Ogun around? Collation Officer, Ogun State. Get ready. He has finished.
APC, the result for Zamfara State has just been collated. The agents, are you okay with that? Any question? Any objection? Any complaint? Thank you.
Thank you. Collation Officer, Ogun State. Collation Officer, Ogun State, if he's around. Then Collation Officer, Sokoto State. The collation officer for Sokoto State may wish to come and present the results. Ogun State is here. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, Your Excellencies, Executive Governors, Your Excellencies, Presidential All Progressive Congress Presidential Primaries Committee, my name is Prince Dapo Abiodun, the Collation Officer of the year 2026 All Progressive Congress Presidential Primaries for Ogun State. I hereby present the result for the state as follows. Total party number of registered members, 343,407. 343,407. Total number of accredited voters, 323,164. 323,164. Total number of votes cast, 322,485. 322,485. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, scored 322,485. 322,485. Stanley Osifo scored 000. Thank you very much.
APC, the result for Ogun State has just been collated. Agents, any objection, any question, any clarification? Thank you.
The next is Collation Officer of Sokoto State and will be followed by Collation Officer for Taraba State. Collation Officer Sokoto State.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على النبي الكريم. I, Ahmad Ali Sokoto, Governor Sokoto State, that I am the collation officer of the 2026 All Progressive Congress Presidential Primaries for Sokoto State. And I'm hereby present the results of the state as follows. The total number of registered party members in the state stood at 329,320. And the total number of accredited voters 301,000, while the total number of vote cast 321,000. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirant score the following votes: Bola Ahmed Tinubu 301,000, while Stanley Osifo 0, no votes. Thank you and wassalamu alaikum.
The result for Sokoto State has just been collated. Any objection? Any complaint? Any clarification? Thank you.
The next is Taraba State. Okay, no, you can use the mic there. Yes.
Thank you very much, sir. In the total number of vote cast, sir, we have 321,000. Why for His Excellency Ahmed Bola Tinubu had 301,000 and Osifo 0. And if we add it together, doesn't tally with the 321,000. Do we have invalid votes?
Yes. What it means is that some people were accredited and they did not vote. So you cannot count them.
It's vote cast. The vote cast is 321,000.
Yes.
What I'm asking is that do we have invalid votes of 20,000?
Yes, that is the what we are saying is that how many is the total vote cast?
321,000.
Then what is the
result for His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu 301,000, and for Osifo Stanley 0?
Yes. What's the difference?
20,000.
20,000. I'm sure it's a calculation issue. So we are going to reconcile it. We had similar issue with the first result announced. Okay, sir.
Please let me hear your question. In the vote caster, was 321,000.
No. It's the total number of registered. You didn't take it well. You didn't take it well. Total number of registered. You didn't take it well.
Please.
Check it very well.
Okay, sir.
Total number of registered. Registered voters. No, sir. Let me answer him. Let me answer him.
Please ask your question.
Mr. Agent, you can come here and address us. Come.
Come. Ask your question.
This is what is the declared result. Look at no, take the mic so that you can confirm to the what you are seeing there. No. Okay, no, use the mic so that people know that you are.
It's corrected. It's just the calculations.
Okay, you
I'm
got the
satisfied with it.
calculation wrong.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Collation officer Taraba State. Collation officer Taraba State may wish to come. The collation officer Taraba State. Please. Then collation officer Cross River State. Collation officer Cross River State. Thank you, Excellency.
I, Senator Basi Otu, the Collation Officer of the 2026 All Progressive Congress Presidential Primaries for Cross River State, hereby present the results for the state as follows. Total party number of registered party members, 121,216 votes. Total number of accredited votes, 113,911. Total number of votes cast, 113,911. Names of aspirants. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 113,000 votes, 911. Stanley Osifo, 0 votes.
Yes, Gombe State may get ready, please.
The result for Cross River State has just been collated. The agents, any objection, any miscalculation, any clarification, any question? Thank you.
Collation Officer, Gombe State. Oh, Taraba State is here? Sorry, the Collation Officer, Taraba State, then after the Collation Officer, Gombe State.
Thank you. I, Dr. Agbu Kefas, the Collection Officer of the 2026 All Progressive Congress Presidential Primaries for Taraba State, hereby present the result for the state as follows. Total party number of registered party members, 189,715. 189,715. Total number of accredited voters, 183,698. 183,698. Total number of votes cast, 183,698. 183,698. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 183,698. I repeat, 183,698. Stanley Osifo, 0. I repeat, Stanley Osifo, 0. Thank you.
APC, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Taraba State has just been collated. Agents, any question, any issue? Thank you.
The next is Gombe State, the Collation Officer for Gombe State. His Excellency Governor Ino Yahaya Kojezo.
I, Muhammadu Ino Yahaya, the Collation Officer of the 2026 All Progressives Congress Presidential Primaries for Gombe State, hereby present the result for the state as follows. Total party number of registered party members, 550,516. Total number of accredited voters, 458,517. Total number of votes cast, 450,517. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. 1. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 450,517, while Stanley Osifo scored 0. Thank you.
The result for Gombe State has just been collated. Agents, any question, any objection, any clarification? Thank you.
Thank you. The last, but certainly not the least,
Your Excellencies, distinguished leaders, members of our party, I wish to acknowledge the arrival and presence of His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir.
thank you very much. The next, which the last, certainly not the least, is the Collation Officer of Adamawa State. The Collation Officer for Adamawa State may wish to come and present the results. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Good afternoon. I'm Right Honorable Ahmadu Umaru Fintri, the Governor of Adamawa State and equally doubling as the Collation Officer of the 2026 All Progressives Congress Presidential Primaries for Adamawa State. Hereby presents the results for the state as follows. Total number of registered party members, 977,879. Total number of accredited voters, 644,344. The total number of votes cast, 644,344. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu GCF has scored 644,149. Stanley Osifo scored 195. Thank you and God bless you.
The last, maybe the last, maybe the least. The collation for Adamawa State has been just been concluded. So, agents, any question, any clarification, any objection? Thank you. APC, APC, with the collation of an Adamawa State, we have concluded the result collation for the 36 states and FCT. We therefore would take a little time to tabulate the results and get the nationwide total. It is after we have totaled the number of scores by each candidate across the states that we will arrive at the overall highest winner or otherwise. So you will bear with us for a few minutes for us to compute the results and come back to you for the final announcement. Thank you.
So, if I have bad habits, yes, I will scandalize him. I'll fight him, of course, but I don't care. Let him say whatever he wants to say. But today I am on set, it's not on set. It's out. Huh? It's out and out for good. He will not come back again. Never. Never in this. Mr. President is coming up. Let us.
May we rise? Your Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Your Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Professor Nentawe Goshwe Yewalda, the APC National Chairman. His Excellency Senator Godswill Obot Akpabio, GCON, President of the Senate. The Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, GCON, Speaker, House of Representatives. His Excellency Senator Barau Jibrin, CFR, the Deputy President of the Senate. The Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu, CFR, the Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives. The Honorable Alhaji Ali Bukadalori, the Deputy National Chairman, North. Dr. Benjamin Obi Nwoye, the Deputy National Chairman, South. Senator Surajuddin Ajibola Bashiru, PhD, the National Secretary. His Excellency Senator Hope Uzodimma, Chairman, Progressive Governors Forum and Governor of Imo State. His Excellency Alhaji Abdurrahman Abdurrazak, Chairman, Nigeria Governors Forum and Governor of Kwara State. Distinguished members of the National Working Committee of our great party. Your Excellencies, the Progressive Governors here present. The leadership of the National Assembly APC Caucus. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation of Nigeria. May I specially welcome and recognize the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu. You're welcome, ma'am. The state coordinators, the Presidential Primary Election Committee members who are here present under the chairmanship of Senator Pius Anyim, members of the Appeal Committee of the Presidential Primary Election, all state coordinators and coalition officers who are here, members of the Federal Executive Council who are here present, all invited members of the Diplomatic Corps, the state chairman of our party, the non-NWC members of NEC who are here, all invited observers, representatives of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, media organizations who are here, other special invitees. My name is Felix Moka, CON. I serve as the National Publicity Secretary of our party. Now, at this time, it is my privilege to invite the National Chairman of our party to invite the Chairman of the Primary Election Committee to announce the results of this election. Mr. Chairman, sir.
Your Excellency, our President, our Father, and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. the mother in the land, and the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, the supportive Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, the Speaker, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, the Deputy Speaker, Deputy Senate President, Senator Jibrin Barau, the Deputy Speaker, Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu, the governors here present, National Assembly members here present, National Working Committee here present. Let me acknowledge the presence of our second aspirant, Honorable Stanley Osifo, who's also seated. Ladies and gentlemen, and party men, we stand today on the threshold of history, a defining moment for our party in terms of leadership recruitment and selection. We started with the primary election from the House of Assembly, the National Assembly, governorship, and we climax with that of the president. And we have two aspirants to this position. The sitting president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the second aspirant, Honorable Stanley Osifo. Yesterday was the primary election. It was conducted nationwide. Accreditation took place in all the wards across the country. We also ensure that there was collation at the local government level, which was done yesterday. Most states did their collation also yesterday at the state level. Some did today. Today we're doing the national collation, and because of ensuring that we also have a transparent system and give the world what's happening in APC and our government and what we're doing to ensure that we deepen internal democracy within our party, we decided to make this program live. It's on 5 TV stations, it's on online, and I'm happy that the 2 people representing the 2 aspirants, they've been challenging some of the results. It shows that APC is open. Where we challenge and mistakes were made, corrections were done based on the suggestion of the 2 representatives of the 2 aspirants. And I'm happy that this coalition has gone mutually with the mutual respect of the two aspirants, and also the respect that every aspirant in the party has given respect to the party. Finally, what the defining moment. We've tidied up the coalition. But let me thank the governors who were the returning officers of their state. Other people that were selected to become also the returning officer of their states. Thank you so very much for a great job you've done, a sacrifice to the nation and for the party. At no cost to the party, you've done that. May God bless your effort and what you've done for this great party. And let me thank all the party members who are here also. Many of you supported us. Most of you here were coalition officers at the local government, some at different levels. And we must thank you for the support given this party right from the primary election we've done at different levels. Having said that, I want to also thank the team led by Senator Pius Ayim, who has done excellently very well in terms of coordination, preparation, and also ensuring that this transition takes place seamlessly. Thank you so very much as a committee. You've done very well in terms of the coordination. Having said that, you made my job very easy. Let me invite the chairman of the committee.
His Excellency Senator Pius Ayim to come and take over and declare the winner of this very primary election. Your Excellency, you're welcome to declare the winner of this primary election. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Your Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, the First Lady of Nigeria, our own dear distinguished Senator Oluremi Tinubu, the Vice President of Nigeria, distinguished Senator Kashim Shettima, the Senate President, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Deputy Speaker, the Deputy Senate President, the Deputy Speaker, Your Excellencies, our State Governors, distinguished National Chairman, the National Secretary of our party, members of the National Working Committee, my colleagues in the 2026 APC presidential primary election, particularly Senator Ken Namani, Senator Right Honorable Yakub Dogara, Senator Victor Ndomeba, Barrister Sanisi Musa SAN, and Her Excellency Titi Laole, forgive me, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. By the power conferred on the APC Presidential Primary Elections Committee 2026 under the Electoral Act, INEC guidelines, and the APC Constitution, I, Anyim Pius Anyim, Chairman of the Presidential Primary Election Committee, hereby certify that I am the returning officer for the presidential primary election held on the 23rd of May, 2026. I also confirm that the presidential primary elections of 2026 held as follows. The 36 states of the Federation were covered, 774 local governments in the country were covered, and 8,809 wards across the country also hosted and held the elections. Mr. President, I am also to confirm that there were 2 aspirants to the APC 2026 presidential primary elections, i.e. the incumbent president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, and Mr. Stanley Osifo. Mr. President, the election had been collated, the results had been computed, and I can say on behalf of the committee that the following were the records of the election. Mr. President, across the country, the total number of 12,643,306 registered voters were the registered voters in our party. Mr. President, for the purpose of this election, 11,069,756 voters were accredited. Mr. President, after the accreditation, 11,015,665 voters casted their votes. And after we computed the votes, I am delighted to announce on behalf of the committee that the aspirants received vote as follows. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, received a total number of 10,999,162 votes. Mr. Stanley Osifo received a total of 16,503 votes. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is therefore my duty as the returning officer for this primary election to declare President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, having satisfied the requirements of APC Constitution and guidelines and scored the highest number of votes, is hereby declared the winner of the primary election and is returned elected, nominated as the party's presidential candidate. APC! 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 Thank you, Mr. National Chairman. Thank you, Mr. President.
It's my singular honor to present this certificate, which is the voices of millions of the APC supporters across the country. Over 10 million represents this certificate of return. Your Excellency, congratulations.
For the champions, stand up, stand up.
Having been returned as a candidate of our party, Your Excellency, with your selection by overwhelming members of our party, we are sure of victory in 2027. I present to you the symbol of our party, symbol of unity, symbol of common prosperity of this country. To you, congratulations, Mr. President.
I start, the protocol with our dear father, elderly Tanko Yakasai, with your age over 100, you are here some years back, and you are one of the great minds that started the endorsement of a one Lagos boy, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And for you, being here tonight touches the soul of every one of us here. Thank you for being here. May God bless you. The Senate President, the Speaker, House of Representatives, executive governors of our great party, all of you served as returning officers. The national chairman of our great party. Maybe one day you will take me to that village of yours in Plateau State. Members of the National Working Committee of our party. Members of the Executive Council. Former APC National Chairman. Present members of National and State Assemblies. Members of State Working Committees. Let me, at this stage again, pay a special attention to my friend and his team, Senator Pius Ayim Pius. And another brother, Aminu Masari, with Abu Ibrahim, and many of you there. The journey of those years that will come a long way to celebrate today is still very fresh in my mind. Thank you for your consistency, dear friends. The APC flag bearers of various elective primaries, delegates and members of great party, and people from diaspora, the second presidential aspirant, Stanley Osifo, well, congratulations for being a good sportsman. At least you earn your money. Representatives of INEC, if they are here, members of diplomatic corps, other observers, members of the press, to my darling wife, ladies and gentlemen, today we celebrate another proud moment in our democratic journey. A history not defined by any individual, but by our collective resolve to build a stable, prosperous, and just nation. 4 years ago, I stood before you as an aspirant to the highest office in our country, seeking your mandate alongside many distinguished compatriots and fellow aspirants, driven by conviction and patriotism. I recall with gratitude to Almighty Allah and all of you, how I sat that night at Eagle Square beside my friend, an ally, and a competitor then, and my predecessor, President Muhammad Buhari, of blessed memory. With your support, I emerged our party's candidate. A month later, I became the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It was a night full of anxiety, uncertainty. So many of you, some of you, particularly some of the governors, were aspirants, already elected and looking forward for re-election. Many today have changed and transited to become candidates of senatorial districts in various constituencies. And Professor Zulum was one of the supporting agents. At this stage, I must salute my Wasiri, Ibrahim Masari, Mejama. Today, I return as your incumbent president, humbled by your enduring support, encouraged by your continued confidence, and imbued with renewed passion for the task ahead. It was tough then, when we formed this party. It was Muhammadu Buhari of blessed memory and people like Al-Makura was the only candidate of the CPC governor standing. We discussed all those nights. In the year 2022, I won around to chart a new course, a new direction of our party and our nation. Today, our task is to affirm that continuity, which is essential. To consolidate the reform, to work harder for prosperity, to bring that hope home to our people, and work harder to ensure Nigeria's prosperity that we long expected is here with us. I accept with profound humility and profound gratitude the nomination of our great party. the All Progressive Congress to stand again as your presidential candidate in the 2027 election. I thank all the party leadership. I was glued to the television screen after participating in my own ward yesterday, watching the process. I saw what you did. I saw the rally in Kano. I saw the mammoth crowd in Kaduna. I saw the turnout. I saw the city boy walking the street of Calabar. It was a very good feeling to see there was no bloodshed, no rancor. This is politics in earnest. This is where we want Nigeria. United, happy, facing one direction of hope, prosperity, and joy. It is our time to dream and work hard. I thank the leadership, the national chairman, your committee, the entire members of the electoral process committee, the steadfast support and sacrifices of Nigerians across the country. I salute all of you. From all walks of life, you've given me the encouragement. Sometimes it is difficult, and I share the pain with you. I know what it is to reform this economy that was in tatters. If you lost sleep, I lost some too. If you have lost weight, I think I've lost some too. But I've always remembered one thing, that year 2022, I asked for this job, and you all supported me, and I got it. So I must do it. Since that night, a lot has changed. The political landscape has evolved. Electoral reform has strengthened the credibility of our democratic process. Voting patterns and expectations are shifting. Thank you, all of you. You've changed the landscape. Looking at the figure that you return. Where's my certificate? But let me get back to the thought process. Here is it. I thank you very much. Our economy has undergone significant structural reform, supported by new tax laws and fiscal policies that have boosted revenue collection for the Federation. We promise to remove financial barriers to higher education for our youth. Yes, we have established the Nigeria Education Loan Fund with over 282 billion disbursed and over 1.5 million beneficiaries in school. We promise an improved power supply and end to estimated billing. In the past 3 years, we have closed the metering gap by supplying 2.5 million meters via Presidential Metering Initiative. We have established a 4 trillion bond program to settle verified legacy debt owed to gencos and gas companies. Under our administration, power generation sometimes peak at 6,000, 50% higher than we had inherited. But we are not there yet until we have uninterrupted 24 hours rest electricity. We move away from wasteful subsidy, corrupt invested, rent-seeking approach to businesses, unstable exchange rate, and weak infrastructure. Today, we are witnessing a great turnaround. The Naira is strengthening, foreign reserves are rising, and our economic outlook is positive, despite the inflationary disruption caused by war in Iran and geographical crisis in the Middle East. We have strengthened macroeconomic stability through improved revenue. The performance is high, financial management and a better fiscal coordination is ensuring. We have prioritized infrastructure across street transportation, power, digital economy connectivities, housing, and irrigation as engine for inclusive growth. We are building concrete, durable roads and superhighways along the coast. And you've seen the documentary on Sokoto-Badagry Road. We expect that road to last over 100 years. By improving our airports and seaports, after decades of neglect, we have reformed the oil and gas sector, and we are attracting billions of dollars in fresh investment in a sector that was almost comatose. Our social investment and human capital program targets vulnerable households, youth, women, and small businesses. At this stage, I must pause to thank my darling wife, standing beside me, for her efforts in supporting the program of this government, rekindling, renewing, and working seriously to help the vulnerable and the infant. In addition, we are reclaiming our national values and ethos anchored on unity and unbroken bond of togetherness. While our funding and now revived national anthem recognizes our diversity, it reminds us of the work we need to do to forge a stronger and a more perfect union. Though tribes and tongues may differ, in brotherhood we stand. As Nigerians, we must continue to stand together for our country against all forces that seek to divide us. They will try, but we must be firm, be together, be our brother's keeper. Yet, challenges remain. Many Nigerians still struggle with rising costs and economic adjustment. We do not dismiss these concerns. We understand them and govern not in comfort, but in reality, with honesty and action. It might be tedious, hard, what else? We are not made for easy roads. We want to be quick, prosperity, and a better life to our children yet unborn. We are paying the price now, laying the foundation. I must also acknowledge the security challenges still confronting us in many parts of our beloved nation. I assure you that I take seriously the responsibility to safeguarding the lives and property of every Nigerian. Our government has intensified efforts to strengthen our security architecture, support our brave armed forces and the police, and forge stronger partnership with local communities. We will win the battle against banditry and error. We will not rest until we restore peace, stability to every corner of our country. Our resolve is unwavering. Our goal is clear. A Nigeria where every citizen can live, work, and aspire without fear. As leaders and members of this great party, we should all be proud of what we have achieved for our country since our party took over governance in 2015. And of the outstanding economic progress we have recorded in the last 3 years of my administration. To consolidate our gains, tackle our challenges, and seize the promise of a greater tomorrow. The task ahead requires patriotism and collective effort. This next election must not merely be a contest of parties of ideas, but a reaffirmation of Nigerian democratic maturity. Thank you, APC. You've demonstrated that maturity. And as a government, we have taken giant steps. Don't let us give into complacency by allowing politicians with no clear alternative vision to take our country backwards. We no go green. with faith, confidence in our people, and hope in our future, I accept this nomination with a renewed resolve to serve our people. I thank all our party members for bestowing on me the honor of being a torchbearer and candidate in January 2027 election. The journey so far has been challenging, but your support has been encouraging. There's no doubt about that. Kashim Shetima, thank you very much. Together, and with the help of God Almighty, we shall build a more secure, united, and prosperous Nigeria for generations to come. I pledge to build an even more inclusive government, one that listens, the government that learns, and leads with the best interests of Nigerians at heart. May our democracy continue to flourish. May God bless the All Progressive Congress. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.